All right. All right, folks. So before we start the show, we are putting to a vote to the guys what my background is going to be for Starfield. Yes, I'm playing Starfield. You know, the Xbox game. All right. So we've got Bounty Hunter.
Which is that one that everyone's playing right now.
Yeah, that one that everyone's playing right now. So we got Bounty Hunter, which is piloting. As you're certified to effectively pilot various types of spacecraft. Targeting control systems. Missile weapons are favored because they can lock onto an enemy ship, but an intimate knowledge of tracking systems can make them even more effective. And then boost pack training, which allows you to basically double jump. The other one that I'm looking forward to potentially is called File Not Found. Gives me wellness. Potentially can prolong my life expectancy. Ballistics. Centuries of conflict have proven that when it comes to threat elimination, few things stack up against up to the reliable power of high-speed projectiles and piloting. And then those are the two I'm looking at. I'm leaning towards File Not Found because of the ballistics and piloting, but I'm going to put it to a vote for you three. Which should I start with? Bounty Hunter or File Not Found?
You already know my.
You already know the answer, so I don't know why you're asking.
Bounty
Hunter.
Jason, what are you thinking?
Like, you already know the answer. It's like
Bounty Hunter.
Of course. Like I didn't even like when you said that, I was like, yeah, you're gonna pick that. Like, right.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know why you're asking it. Yes. You're looking for confirmation. Some like.
Are you waiting for the Mandalorian like theme song to go on for a signal? Yeah, I could totally make that happen.
You try to be sweet. Like, hey, like, I just want to get your opinion on. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna do that.
There's like traits for me to do and whatnot. We'll just share out the screen really quick before we get started right here. So yeah, so I can. You have all these traits. So you have alien DNA. So as a result, you start with increased health and oxygen, but healing and food items aren't as effective. Dream home. You own a luxurious, customizable home on a peaceful planet. Fortunately, it comes with a 125,000 credit mortgage. No.
Damn. Wow, these are really
empath,
detailed.
Extrovert. Exerting yourself uses less oxygen when adventuring with human companions, but more when adventuring alone. Freestar Collective Settler. I gain access to Freestar Collective dialogue options and better rewards for some missions given by the factions, but crime bounty towards other factions is greatly increased. Ooh. Hero Worshipper. You've earned the attention of an annoying, adoring fan who will show up randomly and jabber. Dude, that's like the fan on Mass Effect. Introvert, basically you'll use less oxygen when adventuring alone. Kid stuff, your parents are alive and well and you can visit them at their home, but you will automatically spend 2% of your credit or sends 2% of your credits home to them every week. Street Rat, you gain access to special dialogue options and better rewards from some missions on Neon. Crime bounties by other factions is greatly increased.
Down. I like that one.
Raised Enlightened. You lose access to the Sanctum Universum chest. But you gain special access to a chest full of items from the House of Enlightened. Raise Universals, the Flip. Serpent's Embrace. You grow up worshiping the Great Serpent. Grab jumping provides a temporary boost to health and oxygen, but health and oxygen are lowered if you don't continue jumping regularly. Space, your body become acclimated to space. Health and oxygen are increased when in space, but decreased when on the surface. Taskmaster, oh god. Occasionally, if you have crew trained in certain ship systems, that system will automatically repair itself to full health whenever it's damaged below 50%. However, all crew cost twice as much to hire.
That one's not bad. It's not terrible. I still kind of like that one.
United Colonies Native. You gain access to special United Colonies dialogue options and better rewards from submissions given by. It can't be combined with any other faction allegiance. I kind of like the Taskmaster one. Yeah, they'll cost twice as much to hire, but at the same time
you'll have a better crew, and yeah, you'll auto health. That'll be worth it. I like either the Street Rat or the United Colonies because it will add more storylines and like side missions from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
That or alien DNA. Because that's just cool, man.
Yeah, but healing and food items aren't as effective. But you get better health and oxygen. Jason, what are you thinking?
Huh?
What are you thinking?
See, I'd go with some like random ass ones, like alien DNA sounds good.
Okay.
Because you get that, and then you balance it out with Serpent's Embrace.
Ooh, hero worshipped. On the plus side, he'll join your ship's crew and give you gifts.
Oh yeah, and that is the Easter egg, I think, from Oblivion.
Well, it's also all right.
What's the other Skyrim?
Yeah. All right.
I think they have one on Skyrim like that.
See, and real quick, as we're getting ready to start this, folks that are watching us on Twitch right now, we'll talk about this during the podcast, but apparently people have gotten really ticked off about the fact that there's pronouns in this game. They just need to get over themselves.
Oh. Yeah, who cares?
Let's go with, I always name my character those guys, Strider.
And for you, for all of those who may not know, that's a Lord of the Rings reference. Oh God, right. It's not a Lord of the Rings reference. Who is that supposed to be?
Strider? No, I've always just done that, going way back, even before Lord of the Rings came out. So
that's sad.
So anyways,
very cool.
Apparently I'm not going to be able to save it, so I will go back and I will just do everything later. So
gnarly.
With that, folks.
But that was the Star Field.
That was the Starfield.
The Star of Field.
Star of Field. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host as always. I know usually it's Theo playing Tears of the Kingdom. So I figured I might as well share Starfield for the guys. Being I'm the one with Xbox access at the moment. Anyways,
very cool.
You need one. Gerard Barrera.
Hello, everyone. Hello, my nerds. That is correct. We got to see some of the Star of Field, some gameplay, some cinemas, and some. Yes, we got to toying with some stuff. But hey, guys, what's up? What's going on? How you doing?
Yep.
I feel like you're kind of talking like Thor a little bit. Like you're saying, like Edison is the son of Ed.
The son of Ed.
Oh my God. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that up there playing, I don't know what some color magic. Deck is
the magic of the gathering.
MTG is Theo Wolski.
Yo.
Gathering of the Magic is being played.
Yeah, well,
you're so weird right now, dude.
Did I know? And then, the man with the couch, the maitre d' services, the man, the myth, the legend, the lion's mane, Jason Valerio.
What's up, guys? What's up? How's it going? You know, we already knew what we were gonna play, Matt. Once you load that, I was like, oh, dude, he's Starfield. It's gonna bounty hunter. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of shocked that you kind of like threw up the traits a little bit. Like seem like you're gonna be. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do introvert because get that solo play, but then you're also gonna have that. It's I like it. It's a little.
We'll see how it's going. I mean, honestly, like here's the thing: is like, and we'll talk about it more and whatnot tonight. But yeah, it is one of those things. We know we talked about it. I'm not a Bethesda fan at all, any way, shape, or form, because of the amount of bugs, right? Yes. And we know we've talked about my experience with Oblivion and how I just want to just destroy every disc known to man because of the bugs in that game. But I am truly excited to actually get into Starfield and actually play it. Just to see how it is and everything like that.
If it holds up.
Yeah, I mean, even I'm excited right now. I mean, it is the honeymoon phase. A lot of people are enamored with, the whole customization of the of the ships, and
Yep.
And rightfully so. Like kind of like Breath of the Wild and Tears, a lot of people are getting creative and awesomely so with the ships and all of that stuff, which is cool. And a lot of gameplay footage of the weaponry and the combat. So we'll see. A few weeks, a few months in on where it is, and I hope it's still standing, and I hope it's still interesting
absolutely.
for everyone, because
I mean,
it looks cool. Yeah,
the Xbox community needs it, right? They don't have really any first party titles that have been stellar, so to speak, right? We look at
first party titles. No,
we look at Halo
titles.
Infinite, right? And and whatnot. So that coming from me, I'm predominantly been Nintendo. I mean, I've always been a Nintendo fan, but in PlayStation. But there's always been part of me that's always enjoyed Xbox games, just from Halo and Forza. Like I've loved those franchises on the Xbox, and I think playing xCloud has brought a lot more of that love back. I figured, what the heck, I might as well use my Game Pass Ultimate that's on there, and that's the thing, is I was playing that on xCloud, folks. I wasn't playing it on a Series S or X, and it was running pretty good
on a Mac nonetheless,
right? Running on a Mac through Safari of all browsers, right? But no, xCloud has been great, and honestly, it's got me really considering whether or not I just go ahead and pick up an S or an X, just so I can experience some of the other, Game Pass stuff and whatnot. Plus, I can go back and play a lot of the games I already have, already bought on my account. But yeah, so we do have a bit of news to talk about tonight. Both in Nintendo, the PlayStation side, like I talked about with Starfield, we'll talk about the whole pronoun fiasco, so to speak, that's kind of embroiled Twitter and stuff. But I kind of want to get started with our support for our friends that are the voice actors that have been on this show. So Tommy Earl Jenkins, the Final Fantasy crew, Samantha Kelly, Laura Faye Smith, Kenny James, and the rest of the voice actors we've had, like Daniel Psudi. SAG-AFTRA is sending over strike authorization to its member body this week to add game studios to the strike list and actually go on strike. The last time they had a strike was 2016, 2017, that right in that time frame. This time around, they're going after Activision, EA, Disney, Take-Two, Warner Brothers Games, and the surprising one was Insomniac. And they're wanting a retroactive 11% wage increase. They want on-set medics for hazardous performance captures, which I didn't know they didn't have medics when they were doing all the mocaps.
I didn't know that either. I thought they always had to have
technically
some sort of on-site medic.
There might be loopholes with that, depending on like the kind of filming that's going on, where they could say it's not required, possibly. I'm just going by like old rules that I went by on set, but like I think depending on the level of danger, like mocap, you wouldn't like normally you wouldn't think it. So I feel like there may have been loopholes, which hopefully those got closed.
And then the other thing was protections against the use of generative AI to replace working actors, which
perfect.
That's a theme, because we know that on the movie side, they wanted the actors to give the studios carte blanche rights to
their likeness,
their image, their likeness, so they could be scanned in and used at any point in time. And it is the same thing over on the video game side. There are some studios that have gotten nailed for using AI to copy the voices of some very well-known voice actors and use them in games.
So ridiculous.
There is now a a company that represents studios that hires the voice actors, right? It's not like, for instance, like with Final Fantasy, right? It wasn't just Square Enix hiring John Austin, Mallory, and all of them to Invict to be in there. It was an actual company that was hired to record the studio. So there is a studio that or a voice recording place that is basically said, if you want to work for us and work on any of the projects we have, you have to give us unlimited rights to your voice to use as however we want to. That is basically, you don't get anything, residuals, nothing. It's basically
right. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So you know what? I'm glad they're doing this because it needs to happen, because AI right now, it is not regulated, and they are unshackling it faster and faster, and nobody truly understands what AI is going to be able to do.
And for the most part, voice actors and everyone related to that field need to be included as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And unfortunately, we have some of the CGN fam, a couple rep, Mallory, John, and Tommy. All of them are, and Gideon, right? And Daniel Basutti, right? They're all voice actors and they're live performance actors. So this is on both sides.
Yeah.
So this, to me, like, they have to do this to protect everybody, right? And I think that what these studios and these recording studios are doing is just, you're just trying to make it an easy buck and never have to pay anybody ever again. And it's like, I get it where AI is going and what it's doing in just the workplace in general.
The contracts themselves, the contracts themselves are just completely out of touch. So that's why I keep reiterating that, people think like, oh, it's gonna go on for a little bit. Like, no, this strike is gonna go on for a while, because this strike are going for major changes, not just for the actors, but within the entire industry. This is going to change the film and television industry to a point of like how people are getting paid. But those all the power dynamic, all those dynamics are going to shift, but all for the in my eyes, and I think to everyone else's, for the good. Just I think there's going to be more accountability, which is also what's being asked for, along with how the actors and the voice actors, how everyone's going to be paid and compensated. But this is a real this strike I would say, like, I estimate to be one of the bigger strikes ever, because this strike is asking for a huge shift that is needed, because I mean, just by the reports of what the CEOs are making, and especially when we were discussing this, Matt, you were you kept mentioning Iger's interview when he was at the whatever the billionaires retreat or whatever
up in Montana,
right? The fact that how much they made within a year is just is 400 criminal itself. Yeah. And it's just the biggest thing is that they honestly just need to cave. They need to understand, like, it's too much now. That you're officially making too much money, and it's hurting your work, like everyone in all other fields who will work under you. Like,
and ABC has now officially moved all scripted shows to 2024.
Yeah, and
so any new seasons are pushed back.
People are still like, okay, thinking, because some newer episodes or even some new shows are starting, they're going to start with what they have, which is probably the first the first set of the first season. When they cut it in half, usually. For
I will say this, it's going to be hard, and we'll have to discuss this as a group, right, and decide how we want to take this, because so far we've said that we're not going to support any of the studios and talk about those things. But we're also a game podcast,
Mhm.
and so we're gonna discuss things. We'll reach out to our friends that are going to be impacted by the strike, right? Because case in point, right? You have Insomniac's got Spider-Man 2 coming out in a couple of months, so you have some of these games that are coming out that you're going to want to talk about. We're going to want to talk about them. So we'll make that decision. How is it? Because we do know that SAG-AFTRA has already thrown down the gauntlet and said that, hey, if you ever even want to become part of the guild, you're not going to be able to become a SAG member if you essentially cross the picket line and you're endorsing these products. So it's going to be rather interesting to see what happens with this. I can foresee the gaming industry moving a lot quicker, though, than these studios on the TV side. Because right now, gaming makes more money than movies and television and music combined by a long shot. So
but that statement right there scares me even more, to where I think they would take even longer, because they make more money, so that they don't want to lose the money they're making.
But here's let's look at that in terms of Cyberpunk, right? Is Cyberpunk, we know, was released early to meet budgets because you have money owed to the banks, right? You have to take out loans to fund projects and stuff like that. You just don't have, $300 million laying around sometimes, right? So if they don't release these games on time, you're going to be risking a lot more than just the launch of that game. You're going to be hurting the console if it's a first party studio, like in the case like Insomniac, right? Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, whatever they're working on, that's huge, right? And if they decide to add Naughty Dog, Gorilla, you look at 343, Coalition, any of those first party games, right? You're going to run into issues. And then also too is with Nintendo, we know they don't do a ton of voice work in their games, specifically first party, but when they do, they've got to make that decision too. So I think collectively, I think they're going to probably want to move fast, try and get this done to not delay any of these games, because those are on huge tight timelines that do have huge financial implications to them. So with that, let's get into some gaming news. And Jason, it is that time.
It is that time of the month again.
So let's look at. Yes, I made a PowerPoint for tonight because there's that much to talk about, right? So the September games are. You've got
I am glad I did not pick that up.
The reboot of Saints Row,
sweet.
Black Desert Traveler Edition, and Generation Zero. These are going to go all the way through October 2nd, available across the PlayStation platform. Now, when Sony made this announcement last week, they also decided to bury at the very bottom of said article on the PlayStation blog, announcing that they were going to also increase the prices for PlayStation Plus.
Yes.
Here we go. This is why I have a PowerPoint, because we have tons of information. So for those that are going to be listening to the podcast on audio, go check out our YouTube when we get the video posted. You'll be able to see a lot of what we're talking about. But you've got 3 tiers of PlayStation Plus.
It's a very good looking presentation.
Hey,
so yes, go check it out.
So you've got 3 tiers: Essential, Extra, and Premium. So just to give people a refresh, if you're not familiar with PlayStation Plus, you're just new to it, whatever. Essential is the very, very base bottom tier. You get a couple monthly games like we were just talking about with Saints Row, etc. You get online multiplayer. You get some store discounts in the PlayStation Store, cloud saves, ability to do share play, and game help. Okay. That is normally $60 a year and has been for quite a while. Now that is going to be $80 a year. So it's going up $20 just for the ability to get a couple of free games a month and be able to play online. Okay. You've got Extra, which adds on game catalog and Ubisoft Plus classics. That's been $100 since they launched it. That is now going up to $135, which is $35. Then you have
ridiculous.
Premium, which adds on adds on game trials and cloud streaming. Now, I want to preface this. Their cloud streaming is different than xCloud. xCloud allows me to stream games from a server sitting in Seattle or wherever they have them, right? Redmond. And I can play it on any device, my iPad, my MacBook, a PC, whatever it is, right? I can play that game. This cloud streaming is I can cloud stream PS5 games from a server somewhere down to my PS5. They do not have a component to play it on a PC, Mac, iPad, whatever it is. That is normally it's been $119.99 a month. It is now going to $160, a $40 increase.
About it.
So
Yeah.
with that, I want to put that into context. Okay. We wouldn't be kind of talking about how we all don't agree with this. And I know Theo and you and I have talked about this. Honestly, $80 and having to have that on two different consoles for two different accounts, $160 is pretty steep for PlayStation Plus Essential, you know. So I don't know if I'm going to renew our PlayStation Pluses, because the games that have come with PlayStation Plus over the last couple of years, the ones we've gotten for free, I've already owned a lot of them because I bought them day of or got them on sale at some point, you know, case in point, they did God of War 1 month, right? I had that since day one. Like, so I spent $60 on it and I could have gotten it for free like a year later. So let's look at the other ones. Now here's Xbox. Okay. Now we do know Games with Gold is going away starting tomorrow. So as we record this on the 5th, so they're going to be moving to Game Pass Core, which you get a download library of up to 25 games, which for those PS5 owners that have the Essential PlayStation Plus, we lost that catalog to the PS4 select titles that you could have added. So you don't have that anymore. They do online multiplayer, store discount. That's kind of pretty much what, and cloud saves, which is pretty much what PlayStation does with Essential. Theirs is saying is going to be $10 a month or $60 for a year. You have the PC version of Game Pass, which basically gives you like 100-ish games, plus you get first day. So basically people on Game Pass for PC are able to play Starfield. That's $10 a month. You've got console, which has no multiplayer, but you get 100 plus games, same day first party. And that's $11 a month. And then you've got Game Pass Ultimate, which is what I have, that I had part of the All Access. You get cloud streaming, which is what we were doing at the top of the show, free in-game content. So that's DLC, add-ons, all of that. You get EA Play, both the PC and the console games, and you get first-party launch. That's $17 a month. So if you look at that, 17 times 12, which I don't know if they have a bundle or not, that comes out to be $204 a year, but you get all their games plus day of, which PlayStation doesn't do day of for their first party titles. They don't plan on doing it. And then you compare it to Switch Online, which we abuse. So you've got the individual, which is basically the online play, the NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, virtual consoles, cloud saves, online app, store discounts. That's $20 for an individual plus expansion, which the expansion pass adds on N64, Game Boy Advanced, Genesis, the Mario Kart 8 DLC, Animal Crossing New Horizon DLC, and Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. That's $50 for a year. And then when you look at the family plan, the basic family plan, which is the same as the individual, is $35 a year for up to 8 accounts, which basically rounds out to be about $4.50 per account if you have all 8 slots for an entire year. And then you have the family expansion pass, which is $80 a year. So it breaks out to be about $10 per account if you have all 8 accounts like we do on my family plan, 4 of which are right here. So when you look at the price increases, right, and we know what PlayStation Plus doesn't offer, how do you feel about this type of an increase for PlayStation Plus?
I will have to admit, my slow math brain took forever to figure this out, but it's actually a consistent 33% increase for all 3 tiers.
Yep.
I understand it. I freaking hate it, but I understand it. Now, why it went, I don't know. I can still kind of understand the $80 because, you know, PS5 and the increase of the games. So, I mean, usually
I need explanation because I don't get $80. I don't understand $80.
Well,
I need an explanation here.
Usually with PlayStation Plus, it was always, you know, when especially when, let's go all the way back to where when we found out that PlayStation Plus was going to start requiring like internet connection and all that for you to pay online and all that. So it was always the equivalent of a game. It was always the equivalent of a price of a game. Now I can kind of understand the increase because one, you know, the quality and, you know, PS5 is obviously more expensive. The games have been increased. I can kind of see why they increased. Because
do you want their excuse on what the excuse is?
I mean, sure, but it's going to be a business excuse, which I already kind of understand.
The price adjustment will enable us to continue bringing high quality games and value added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription service.
See, yeah, no, it's really just an excuse because one, they can increase it. One is an excuse because of the whole Activision deal. I'm sure you were kind of alluding to that, Matt. Mm-hmm. Also, because of the video game increases for PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 fiasco already with, you know, the availability and all of that, I can see all of that becoming an excuse. The biggest thing I honestly think is because they can. And right now it makes sense because everything was more expensive.
So let's look at this from another perspective too. This came out last week. Okay, on August 30th is when they made this article present that here's your monthly games, here's where we're changing the prices. This goes into effect tomorrow for all these new prices. So anybody who wanted to renew their subscription for X amount of time and get the old prices,
do it now.
They have to do it now, pretty much today.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they do it after, you know, tomorrow or later.
You're paying the new prices.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how long you've got left on your subscription, right? You basically will have to renew it at, you know, add on time to this.
Yeah.
Which we know through the PlayStation Store, they don't make it easy to add on an extra year at a time. It all goes through like auto renewals and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to go down to Best Buy, Target, Walmart, whatever, and get yourself a PlayStation card and go do it. So ultimately, right, do you see the value in PlayStation Plus as much as it used to be?
So this is the thing. I've never seen the value in PlayStation Plus. I've always felt that like you should, even with now with Xbox Game Pass, it makes sense. But the whole having to pay for playing online, I never agreed for, like even back then. So that's why I honestly just
thanks Xbox Live.
Yeah, I mean, but that's honestly why I understand just from a business standpoint why these increases. But I don't agree with them, and I haven't agreed for having to pay for playing online since its fruition.
That said, though, it does take money. I mean, Theo and I have been in IT for ages, right? And it does take money to maintain those servers.
Yeah,
like it's not cheap.
Okay, so and that's true, and that's something I did not know.
Oh, so, yeah,
to where you know
when you play like MMO
once again, I understand
anything like that, like especially like MMO RPGs.
Yep.
those databases, you're like, dude, oh, okay, like
Correct.
it's only like $12 a month or let's say $10 a month for a player. Like, but imagine
but how many that's true.
Imagine
and then
the 1
upkeep
million
and
players in the US alone.
Mhm.
That's true.
And they're all jamming into like 5 servers or like however 5
Correct.
main database servers. And within those database servers is like maybe 20 like
You'd have-
servers within. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
You'd have
this
a
is an
f- yeah.
example.
You have it on a frame, depending on the frame size. You could have potentially 100 to 200 virtual servers on that.
And also on the
But-
other flip side, I don't know who mentioned, someone mentioned that price hasn't changed for how long. So I mean,
It's
I kind of expect
Probably close to
PlayStation-
20
well, no.
years.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to maintain. I mean, it even nowadays. I mean, but for
I
the
mean,
cost of maintenance,
that's
coolant.
what I mean. $60 for PlayStation Plus. That's why I really wasn't that bad for I really didn't mind for the
No.
$60. I always saw it to the equivalent of a game. Okay, so I'm just paying for an extra game. I get to play online, and we got some perks from it. Mainly, I got to play online for the games that I purchased.
Mhm.
But also, it's been $60 for 20, however many
Now,
years. I get it. I
here's-
get the price hikes, but
but
also,
here's
but I
the
don't
other
agree.
side.
Of
I have
course.
2 points for your price
Okay.
hikes. 2 points. One, they indirectly say in their statement that they need money because they're not performing as a company. They need our money in order to have money to produce. Period.
Correct.
Correct. Oh yeah.
They're not doing their job, so we have to pay for them in order to get anything. Failure 1.
Agreed.
Failure 2, they're not giving any defense into what is hiking up game prices in the first place.
No,
As we know, technology is advancing and still staying relatively the same price for the most part. Inflation aside, everything ends up getting cheaper. Whereas the technology is also working to where that it works with viable hardware as it is now. Big example is Unreal Engine 5 using outdated hardware and putting next gen graphics into things. So why the hike up? There's no need for a hike up on games. There's no need for a hike up on prices when just because you guys when the companies are sucking at what they're actually producing because they're not doing any new IPs, doing all these remakes and making working conditions suck so much where that they're losing people that they're going to go make their own independent companies that you never end up hearing about. And it's just this vicious cycle, whereas they're doing the quick fix of, okay, if they still want us around, we're going to make them pay for it.
My point to that too is I think it's the fuck around and find out too, because Sony did everything in their power to not get the Activision Xbox merger to go through. Okay. It's still pending the CMA in England, but everybody else has signed off across the world, right? Now, Xbox, before all that happened, went to Sony and said, we want to make a deal with you. Here's an agreement to have Call of Duty and Activision games on the PlayStation. Sony balked at that.
Yeah, they changed the deal after,
and now it's only Call of Duty
to sign. Yeah, it's just
now
Call
it's
of
only
Duty
Call of
now.
Duty. So you're losing all of those Activision titles.
Yeah. No,
So you're gonna
I
have
completely
to make, you're gonna have
understand.
to make revenue up somewhere.
I totally understand your
Um,
point, Theo. But if I may just preference what I first said in my argument was that first and foremost, I feel that they are doing this just because they can.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think they're doing
It's
it
Sony right now.
I don't think it's
Sony
doing just because they can,
because-
because I
Not
think
because
they're
they
bleeding
can,
too much
but
money.
Exactly.
They're-
Exactly.
they're
This is an
stuck into a
excuse
hard
because
place.
this is an option that they can increase and feel justified.
You know what I think?
So,
Right, but
yeah.
But I mean, like
Go ahead, Jay.
when you end up telling me that like they're doing it just because they can, that would tell me that they're in a good place. I definitely think that they're not in a good place, and
Oh,
that
no,
they're bleeding so bad that they're in a hard place, and that they're going with the quick fix rather than the long run.
Agreed, because they're essentially asking their customer base, please, we need your help we need more money. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Jason's got a hot take, probably. on this.
So put in really, really simple words for you guys that you guys have all missed. 2 major words.
What?
Okay.
PlayStation Portal. This thing, you guys know for a fact, and I said it last week, I've said it many times with all the other PlayStation handheld gizmos, it's going to fail. And when it does fail, this thing needs to recover the losses, honestly. $20 a month or $20 a year for a bunch of people that are going to get it. When
But the
PlayStation
sad thing,
Portal fails,
this isn't going to help it at all, especially since cloud streaming is the most expensive, and that's probably going to be the most common person that gets that PlayStation Portal.
Yeah,
is
It's
cloud
gonna
streaming.
have to get the. It's gonna have to get the
so
119.
I mean, like once it fails, like they're gonna have to get the premium. They're gonna have to pay that 40,
or the
they're gonna get
159,
get-
160 actually.
They're gonna get the PlayStation Portal,
Jesus.
be like, "Oh my god, what did I do? Why did I do this?" And then they're gonna be like, "Well, I bought PlayStation Portal. I bought premium. You know, I'm in the hole so much more money." And they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's a fail product." Of course, we already know this. It's ridiculous. But the reason why I don't mind this as much, because one, yes, everything, like the whole cost of life right now is going up. Like, just I see it every single day. And $20, not that much for a full year. You know, that breaks down to like what, like $2 a month. You know, not even. But that's not that bad. The thing that
is it still ridiculous?
Yes. So the thing that helped out Xbox and the thing that helps out is the people that aren't able to get these monthly games. You know, these games that come out right at day one. That's the only difference between the PlayStation and the Xbox. You get day ones on Xbox. You have to wait 6-7 months to a year for that same title. Like Spider-Man has been a PlayStation Plus game. What else? Like God of Wars have been.
Yeah.
Horizon.
Yep.
Major titles. Uncharted. All these major titles all do come out on the PlayStation Plus, but you have to wait 9 months, 10 months, whatever it may be. Just like how you go to the movies. You can watch a movie in the theater, or you can wait 6-7 months and watch it at home for
Let me throw this at you, Jay.
quarter of a price.
Do you think they'll still keep up the same caliber of games though? Because
I believe so.
Noticing,
yes,
as we've been noticing with PlayStation Plus, though, they've been also decreasing on the quality of games that they're including.
You get one good one and 2 coin flips.
So
yeah, but wait a minute, dude. Like the monthly, they haven't been that weak. Like once again,
exactly.
there've been a handful of months that were like 2K. That they were weak. Bro, dude, you're kind of pigeonholing a little bit. Yeah. Really, there was a handful of months where like they were okay months. PlayStation still killed Xbox.
Yeah, like you still get, like I said, you get one, but that was games with gold, and you get 2 coin flips.
That should have died like a year ago.
But even still, the caliber of games that we were getting from PlayStation Plus, I would say like maybe on one hand, they were the months were weak for the most part.
So I have a question. So why is the caliber so high? When I would assume out of the 4 of us, majority of them were already owned prior to them being on Plus.
Correct.
Why is the caliber high if it's something that's probably already owned by the majority?
Or you got a good discount on them prior to it even hitting Plus.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this:
we can afford that. You know,
but we have to think of the perspective of the people who get that to provide for those people. They get those high quality games. That's why we call them the high caliber, is because
years after they've already come out, when they're essentially negligent.
God of War 2018 was this year, or it was right before Ragnarok, rather. So let me ask this, guys. Okay. So I'm going to ask a twofold question. Okay, so as a individual person, okay, with no family or anything like that, would you rather spend the money to get PlayStation Premium?
No.
Or would you rather spend the money to get Xbox Ultimate Game Pass? Because then that's going to be $40 more. So it's like $200 versus $160. Second, though, is when you have a family that has multiple consoles in the same house and you cannot share your Plus account across multiple consoles, is even the Essential now worth it?
I don't really
At
feel like that
$80 a
scenario
pop.
is fair.
Yeah, that scenario is
That scenario doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does.
Especially no, it doesn't.
Why?
Okay,
it
so
does.
the
My
first
house.
part, no, the first part of this person of the single person wouldn't go
Yeah.
for the premium tier, especially if they're just playing by themselves. If they were playing games by themselves and getting games by
Okay.
themselves, I would get the lowest tier because that allows me to play online, and
Mhm.
I'd buy my games.
Okay.
So I would
Yeah.
go for the $80. I wouldn't go for the highest.
Would you go for the highest if they offered PlayStation games day of?
No, because
And
I
you
would
didn't
go
have to buy them.
still
No.
no,
still no.
because
But
Doesn't
I mean,
like- matter-
the only difference,
But that's not necessary.
if
I
I
don't
was
feel
alone
like
by
that's
myself-
necessarily for the single person. I think that's a matter of preference for you.
yeah,
also
not
true,
necessarily the
also
general
true,
single
why I was
person.
going to preference if it was a single person and they play by themselves, but they also like to stream, then yes, premium, because I would need all that access.
Yeah. So I mean, like, for example, the last couple months that have come out has been what, NBA 2K and
PGA
2K.
2K
You know, I
and Saints
personally
Row.
am not a sports fan. You know, I
Mhm.
find those games very repetitive. I am not a fan. But it doesn't mean that I don't think those are bad games. Those are really excellent games. Me personally, will not try and pick those up. And I did not, because even though they're free, because I know I am not going to play them. Now, is that detrimental to someone else? No, because maybe they do love those games. And those games are coming out for them. You know, maybe they did pick it up, maybe they didn't. But again, it's that possibility of having that
That they have the
option.
access to it, to those kind of tier.
Yeah, and that's why that
top-tier
$20, it's the new price 1 year is the cost of one game currently, roughly.
Mhm.
You know,
Rough.
so if
It
you
used
say,
to
"Oh,
be
you know
spot-
what,
yeah.
I'm gonna miss out on NBA 2K," but then just wait for it when it comes out on PlayStation Plus, if it does, boom, you already that
that's
price
why I
covers.
preference to the single user, because that's their mentality, like why they would go for just the essential.
Well, I know people that have gotten Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, right? Just because then they don't have to be spending $80 a pop every other month for the newest game. It's coming out on Game Pass. They have it for
true, but
$200.
that's
And
offered
again,
on Game Pass.
Yeah,
So
that's the
yeah,
same
that's
thing I'm
totally
asking.
like a reason why I would go for Game Pass.
Okay.
Well, so since Jason brought it up, let's take it from the other perspective, since we've been talking about future games and the game prices coming up. Do we think that paying an extra $1 or $20 is worth maintaining access to previously grabbed PlayStation Plus games? Because as soon as you cancel it, you don't have access to those games anymore. You have to have your PlayStation subscription.
But you
for
also
those
still
past
don't
free
have
games.
access to being able to play online. So I mean, once again,
What do you mean? You
because
always have
you-
access to do it online.
No,
you
so
have to have your
you have to
PlayStation
have
Plus
PlayStation
Play
Plus.
games
subscription.
online. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you
that's
don't.
that's what I mean. Like that is the essential. I think the biggest essential part for the essential tier
is to be able to play online multiplayer.
the monthly games. Like I said, I never really agreed for all of that, even though like I do understand the maintenance and all that. But for me, and I feel like once again the single kind of player would stick to essential purely because I would want to be able to play online with my friends. And the monthly games really wouldn't be important to me if I was buying my own games. But it's nice to have. It is something like that. It comes with it. It's a nice perk. I know I would eventually like maybe try a couple games from it.
See, for me, the essential, right, is the only reason I have it was for the cloud saves and the online multiplayer. That's it. Because all the other stuff, like these free monthly games, right, a lot of those I had already bought either when they came out or shortly after when they go on sale.
Theo, guys, like those are collecting dust in my collection. I do collect them, and like I said, the same way. I only have it because I can play online on my games.
Yeah, and so $80 to me,
Essentially.
and then having to pay that for my account, and then one for my wife's account, right? So $160 a year just for us to play online. That's not.
I still think that's ridiculous, but you know, that's as a PlayStation single player, I have to have it.
I don't.
I
see,
want to play online,
and
but
this is, I
that's
think-
why I will only go essential. The
And I think
other
this is-
perks
Real
don't.
quick, Jay, before we
Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I think this is the difference, though. I mean, like, I know I have always been in an MMO, or I've always put into yearly subscriptions of those kinds of caliber. This actually is not that much, honestly. $80 for a year, not that bad, because
It's not. But I do agree that is a lot, but reasonably, I mean, it's okay.
I mean, for example, if you pay monthly for Final Fantasy, it's $15 a month.
Yep.
That's monthly.
Plus
and
this
then
now $80 for a year.
And and then it's like, I think it's $80 or something like that for Final Fantasy for a year. And that's fine, because I know I am going to play it consistently.
Right.
You know, it's the same here. Like, yes, we all play multiplayer or we don't. Yes, we do get free games or we don't. You know, it's not, these are all like, it's the full bundle. The full bundle is pretty much getting the whole cloud of the people. Like, I love those monthly games because it's getting me games I would normally never play or never look at. You know,
the way I look at it
never
is
played online multiplayer with you guys or with anybody in God knows how long.
But for what you're doing, right? Monthly games, online multiplayer discounts and stuff like that, to now be more expensive than Xbox.
And no added benefit. No added benefit.
Whoops. That's the next thing we're talking about. Anyways, and then when you look at $80, we're paying for the family expansion on Switch. You know, so to me, you're getting more cost benefit out of the rest. So for the listeners, I'd be curious what you guys all think.
I believe so too. Yeah.
I think, I'd be curious what you guys think about the PlayStation increases and whatnot. But God, we're already at the top of the hour already almost. So that's how much we've been talking about this. So anyways, real quick, Nintendo. Speaking of Switch Online Plus, and all that. So they had the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Direct.
That was cool.
Last week on Thursday.
It
was great to see all the new things that they're doing into it. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You know, the Rusty Rupees got to play it at Nintendo Live up at PAX this past weekend.
Yeah, I saw some of their posts and their videos. They look good.
So that's coming out on the 20th of October. They did announce the new Mario Red Edition OLED, which we're showing on the screen right now. It's pretty much solid red across the board. On the back of it, you've got a little Mario emblem and some coins on the inside if you lower the door. Honestly, this is a very, in my opinion, boring OLED.
Boring. Yeah. This was made for like the Mario fan.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then
once again, like, I kind of understand it. They didn't have a lot of themed OLEDs out. I think, well, just the Zelda came out. So like,
no,
makes
they
sense.
have Splatoon.
Oh,
they have Pokemon.
Splatoon?
They have
Did they have Animal Crossing?
Zelda. No, they didn't.
No,
Animal
that was
Crossing
regular.
was a standard
Oh, it's regular.
2.0. So they have several OLED themed ones, right? It's gonna be $350, the same price. You just don't have one that's like a solid red body. You know, they
it
did
just
a
makes
solid
sense
red.
for the Mario fan.
It kind of makes sense for the, like, they did the Switch 2.0 Mario Red and stuff like that. So then they announced today, so you've got the OLEDs dropping on the 6th. So they've got 3 other things dropping all October 6th.
Sweet.
So they're bringing back the Mario Kart 8 bundle.
Oh, the bundle.
So
that's going to be crazy on Black Friday.
It's $300, and it's the Switch 2.0 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and 3 months of the individual Switch Online membership, which is the base version that we were talking about. That's normally $20 for a year. You're getting 3 months of that for free, all for the bundle. So
this is going to
Mario
be big on
Kart
Black
8
Friday.
Deluxe, I think, is one of the best Mario Karts they've ever made, and that's a no-brainer to have on your console. Then they also announced 2 Switch Lites that are dropping on October 6th.
Ooh.
The first is a Target exclusive.
Oh.
This is the Isabelle Aloha edition.
Oh, no.
So for those that are watching the video, it is the coral, that pink color. I've got the good one sitting on my desk right now, but it is the that pinkish color, that salmon coral color. And on the back of it, it has the Animal Crossing leaf print pattern on it. And then it has on the front of it, Animal Crossing Leaf logo on it. So
Very
that one's
sweet.
exclusive to Target. It's going to be $199, and it comes with Animal Crossing as a free game download. So again, and then you've got the Walmart exclusive version, which is the Timmy and Tommy Aloha edition, which is the turquoise with the same patterns and everything on it. So for me, those are, I mean, if you're looking in the market for Switch Lite, those are great options as well, because, you know, depends on if you
is that
love
your
Animal Crossing.
unbiased opinion, man?
Well, no. What I'm saying is you don't see many of the Switch Lites coming with a game.
Oh no, having or having an exclusive like edition like that. No, they're cool.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a hard time because your addiction, obviously.
You mean
yeah.
this one?
Obviously.
You know,
I wonder what the
I don't know.
Toys R Us edition is supposed to be.
What? Oh, R.I.P. dog. Oh, although
it's Tom Nook.
Although there are rumors that
No, they're already
Toys R
back.
Us-
They're
Oh,
back.
they are already
They've got a store open in Jersey already. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
sweet. I've been wondering like when that's going to be rolling out. Cool.
So ultimately, I mean, even when you look at it, right, the Switch Lite is, when we talk about the PlayStation Portal, right, $200. I would rather go out and spend the $200 and get a Switch Lite, even with Animal Crossing, right, for the $200.
This is
versus,
their new 3DS. The Switch
So-
Lite, we're going to see so many different variations.
well, it
I
depends,
think.
because we've got the next one coming out next year. We've got the Switch 2 coming next year.
Even with
I mean,
the Switch 2, I think
yeah.
we're going to get the Switch Lite
Mhm.
2 and
Yep.
just more variations and more limited editions.
Mm-hmm.
Like classic Nintendo fashion. I think we're starting to see the lineup and what's going on.
If I was looking at getting a Switch Lite, which I'm not, because I have my Switch, right? The Animal Crossing fan in me would absolutely go to Walmart and go get that Timmy and Tommy edition, and that green with the print on it. Yes, absolutely, I would. Not even hesitate.
Sweet.
And the Tom Nook sitting on my desk agrees, but he also knows I'm not gonna, because I've got the good one. So
I just like that
said-
there's store exclusives and Amazon's not included in that store exclusive.
Yes.
Which is weird because they usually always get some sort of exclusive or edition.
Well,
Amazon's always like
Mm.
in it to win it.
but from a console perspective, I like that from a hardware perspective, it's not a online only type thing, right? You can go to Target and Walmart in this case. Best Buy's had exclusives, bundles, and stuff like that. So with that, Theo, outside of Magic, what you been playing?
Just primarily Magic. So still hunting Korok seeds on tiers and a little bit of Destiny.
Ooh, a little bit of
Korok
Destiny,
hunt, man.
Nice, dude.
Korok,
He wants
man.
Shaking off the rust, getting ready for the.
I'm up to 500 plus Korok seeds so far.
Oof,
Damn, dude.
Out of how many?
1,000.
Yeah, well, it's what, 999.
I thought it was an even 1,000.
I think
Did they
they
do an
upped it
even
to an
1,000?
even 1,000 now. Yeah.
So
God dang.
Yeah. Dang, man.
So you want
Gotta do
that?
what you gotta do.
You want that golden
hey.
pile of shit?
No, it was just more of like it was something mindless to do on the plane, so that way I didn't really have to
okay.
think.
Fair enough.
Hey,
Yeah.
how did the tourney go?
Turning went okay. Didn't do as bad as I anticipated.
Nice. Okay.
It was trials, so like it was flooded with archers for Olympic trials, and they narrowed it down to top 16, and they did
Dang.
round
Sweet.
robins after we left. But yeah,
Nice.
but our boy, my boy Matt Nofel, based home is Colorado, is top 16. He's in the running.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Congratulations to him. That's awesome.
Jason.
Cool, man.
I've been playing Death's Door a little bit here and there.
What do you think of it?
Nice.
It's nice. It's cute. It's hilarious. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the old school Zelda hunt where you have to kind of remember where the hell you've been.
Yep.
It
Okay.
kind of annoys me a little bit, but it's okay. Like it's still very much somewhat.
I'm not a fan of roguelites, and that one
No,
I
the
enjoyed
roguelite's
playing.
fine. The roguelite,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's just for me
Mhm.
personally, just
Yeah.
like going to point A to point B, because I'll play at night and like I'll save it in random spots, and then I'm like, where the heck am I?
Yep.
You're just like, oh,
Mhm.
you kind of really do have to stop, like finish the thing and then reset.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm like, it took me 10 minutes to figure out like, where do I need to go again? Playing Death's Door here and there. Still playing some mobile games. Skullgirls. I tried out Teppen again since we have Nam on. And my mahjong lunchtime,
Yeah.
mahjong lunch.
I haven't been hearing any updates on Mahjong. I'm glad it's back.
It's always been there, but like I had a string of bad luck with the tiles, so I was like, so I dropped it.
Gotta walk away. I gotta walk away.
I gotta walk away. Gotta walk away. Don't mess it up too bad. Other than that, we're still Tears of the Kingdom, and having that on the background. Or my wife's been playing that on the background. She's just exploring the hell out of the entire map.
Nice.
That's it. Like right now she's doing the underground, so you know how it is.
Sweet.
Theo knows how it is. Jerry, what you been playing?
Jerry.
Let's see. I finished High on Life. I finished Sifu. I got Cyberpunk back. I am redoing my current run that I was playing before I got distracted. And I'm so kind of an announcement as well. I'm lightly testing the waters of bringing Sekiro back. Sekiro is. I've already started playing.
It's a good game. Once you get the hang of it, it's a great game.
Yeah.
Dude.
So that's the other game that's gonna like counter my shooter. So Sekiro, I'm giving it another go. We'll see how long I last, or how long my patience and endurance lasts. So I've been playing that, but focusing on some finishing games. So I want to finish Stray along the way as well too, and I've been knocking out my backlog.
Nice.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Matt,
how about you?
Well, still on my Animal Crossing bullshit.
Of course.
I thought the island was done.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Animal Crossing, Sukasa 2, Red Dead, I get it. I'm right there. I understand.
Yeah, I decided to add in a couple of bridges and modify some things a little, just a slight tweak and whatnot.
But
so
you're gonna tinker.
I'm tinkering just a little here and there, nothing big right now.
We'll see.
But Halloween is coming up.
Yeah, wait for that idea to just spark.
No, Halloween is coming up. So now I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm putting all my Halloween decorations. And then cool. Christmas will be after that, so I'll be putting up all the Christmas decorations.
What about Thanksgiving, bro?
They don't do a ton for Thanksgiving.
Everybody forgets
for the holiday.
They
do a little, but not a ton. Anyways, but so there's Animal Crossing. Of course, we've been, as a family, we've been playing Mario Kart and New Super Mario Brothers U on the Luigi side of things.
Did you continue the season
for what
MLB?
No, I haven't really gone back to that. I mean, I can play it on Xbox or Xbox, if I want to replace it. But I just, like to your point, Jason, like the games are just kind of.
Once you play it 5 times, it feels like you play it every time.
I hit my plateau after like 6-man games. I would and like still every once in a while I get the inkling to play, but then I just remember.
Oh yeah,
I played it.
And
it's the same thing, It kind of ruined. Like I do miss playing Madden games, and it kind of ruined it for me.
But outside of that, also been working on my Forza Horizon 5 career. Just going and completing some races. And yes, as everybody does who knows me, yes, I do drive a WRX in the game.
Of course.
I have several that are modded depending on what I'm going to be doing with them.
How many different shades of blue of your Subarus do you have?
My primary is the only one that's the lapis. All the other ones are like different colors, like
Metallic blue, midnight blue,
you know, rally
lapis
blue. They've got rally blue and black and whatnot. But my main
Nice.
car, which is an S class, is the world rally, or is the lapis blue, and it actually, I have it set up to look like my old WRX. So without the
Sweet.
wing and stuff on it. And then I completed OG Halo yesterday.
Nice.
Huh.
Oh,
So
jealous.
Nice. There you go.
I forgot how much that game with the
Such a good
flood
story, right?
punishes you. Like,
Yeah.
you make a mistake against the flood, you're dead. Like,
Oh,
they
that
will
one when
just-
you're running and like you gotta. Oh, I'd love that.
when you got to
yeah.
get to the, you know, get through the
Get outside the
library.
facility. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that whole point. And then I
Such a
forgot
good-
just
yeah.
how much you need to muscle memory your escape from the Pillar of Autumn on the Warthog, and you have to remember
oh yeah.
which path to take and everything, and just how brutal that is. So
Yeah. You need to be on your
um,
A game on the Warthog.
how we
for
did that
steering.
back
That
on
was
the
fun.
original OG Xbox, I don't know, because it still punishes you to this
You
day.
low key had to like kind of know how to drift a little bit in that
Yep.
game. the old
And-
school game. It was funny.
Yep. But no, it brought back a lot of good memories. The OG Halo is still fantastic by Bungie, you know. And 343 did a fantastic job with the remaster for the Master Chief Collection. So I was thinking about initially doing it in order and doing Reach and then Halo and Halo 2 and whatnot, but I decided just to go jump back into the OG Halo.
Sweet.
So I'll be jumping in. I'm going to work my way through all of them. And yes, it'll be all the way up through Reach, ODST.
As you are playing these
4,
games, are you
5,
going to watch
and-
the show while you're playing as well?
So funny, real quick before we go, I did try and restart watching the show today.
Oh, more power to you, bro. How hard was that? How rough was that, dude? I didn't even attempt the second attempt. I already knew.
CG is so bad in
Oh, it's
episode
bad.
1 for the Elite. It is so bad. I mean, the show you could see how they got their feet underneath them, and animation became better in the CGIs and stuff like that as the show progressed, but it still is so hard to watch it. It really is.
It sucks because the quality, like honestly, I felt like the quality, the makeup, hair, and all that, the costumes, great, but all that
Halo-
doesn't matter if
the
you
Halo
unless you
movie
have
was
a
better.
good story.
The Halo
bad.
movie was way better, right? When they're at the academy.
Oh, the Dawn of Fate
Forward into
short
Forward into
miniseries was. Oh yeah. That I think it
So-
started as a miniseries or movie, but yeah, that
it
was
was-
way better.
way better with what's her face from
Narnia.
Narnia in it.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
show's
but
rough.
I remember just how good like the story is, right? Of how they introduce you to Chief and Cortana and Halo 1, and I'm looking forward to going back through the original series. Not gonna lie, and you know, I think this is one of those things is why each console has their own set of games that you can own a console for and enjoy. Like for me, it's Halo and Forza on Xbox, and Nintendo has Animal Crossing and Metroid and Zelda and Mario and F-Zero and you know, and PlayStation has, you know, Uncharted and Gorilla. So with that, folks, if you crash game night with us tonight over on Twitch, thank you for crashing with us. It's our pleasure to bring this to you each and every week. Except for when we take time off. Hopefully we gave you that distraction from life, give you a little bit of some laughs tonight with our banter, especially on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, we had quite the debate. I'm proud of us.
Yes, we did.
We had a
since
good
we've had that.
solid debate.
So
You know.
for our regular listeners, you know, there's been a slight distribution change, and I've as I've been able to, I am starting to release our episodes a lot sooner for you guys. Trying to get those released the day or two after we record. So you guys
Nice.
can go ahead and start watching them and listening to them right away as we record
Very
these.
good.
So you know, so keep an eye out for that schedule change. It's been going on the last couple of weeks, so I just have to make sure we stay within our affiliate agreement with Twitch and wait 24 hours, and then we can drop the VODs. So if you're a first time listener, yeah, thanks for crashing. If you like what you heard, head on over to our YouTube channel or crashinggamenight.com. follow us on the platform that you like. Also, we are going to be releasing past episodes that we had the older videos for
From
prior
the
to
vault.
from the vault. We're gonna
Vault
start releasing those.
episodes, like
Those take a little.
our Skype
those are
episodes,
bad.
man. That's
Those are
so
bad.
insane.
It's gonna take a little while to do those though because the quality
Yeah.
wasn't as great back then. But
That's so
as
crazy
always,
to think
guys,
about,
just
though.
please be excellent to each other.
That's right. And once again, everybody, all the nerds out there, all my misfits, all my X-Men essentially out there, just want to say once again, let's spread the word and the feeling out there. Let's try and be a little better. Let's try and have a little bit more patience, some more compassion. Let's try and lend out a helping hand if we can. And overall, let's just try and be and do better. Thank you guys for listening. This was, I actually really liked this episode. We got the juices flowing. I liked it. So that was fun. Thank you guys.
Cheers.
To
Waiting for
J-Bone.
Jerry. I was ready for Jerry to like.
Oh no, dude. I'm sorry.
okay.
I was into it. You go ahead, baby. Yeah. This is all you.
I mean, I missed the like whole like bench. But anyways, guys, thank you again. Stay safe out there. Support all the people out there that are in rough little areas. We just had a tropical storm, as they said in California, even though everybody and their mom was trying to say hurricane. The hurricane East Coast, just went through Florida, went through Georgia, parts of Georgia,
Which wasn't as bad as we're thinking too, but
yeah, but I mean, like, they're kind of used to it, but that doesn't excuse the case. And then, obviously the Maui fires, like, there's a lot of things going on in the US. I know there's plenty of things going on in the world that we don't know about, but just stay safe out there, man. Take care of each other. And yes, I am glad that he is back. My man with the tan. Theo Walsh
With the tan.
send us out like he does. Send us out like you
It
do.
felt off last
you
week. That's
do.
why it felt off.
As always, as much as we appreciate it, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Till next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now.
good night, everybody.
There we go. There it is.